it's just cluster. Like, and I'm like, literally, I'm like, oh, turn left heading, whatever. You're cleared for the approach. I'm like, well, that altitude's not going to work. I'm going to have to go miss because I'm going to be 1,000 feet high. So how about a lower altitude? Oh yeah, descend and maintain 3,000. Okay, great. Like, as you can tell,
that's frustrating. Yeah,
but dude, it's just frustrating, and it's not, And what if we were like a weak crew? Like we needed the training to get to a level of proficiency to be safe. Like you can't short. Like maybe that's why they do it to us. I don't know. Maybe we're like, maybe it's a compliment. Maybe
they identify you on the third day. They're like, all right, who can make it through this?
I think that's what they did when we were in initial, because we were there long enough. They could be like, okay, these guys are strong. They can get through. But like that's still not fair. I'm not doing like screw you guys, dude. Sex, seniority, and salary in that order.
Rock on. You're on 121.5, the emergency frequency.
It's a show by professional pilots for professional pilots.
I looked back at them and I said, I don't think we're at the right airport. And they go, I don't think we are either.
Each episode, we bring you fascinating conversations with industry experts.
I think I should be a go-to on how to deal with 63, 64-year-old men.
You're going to chase it like a dog chasing a school bus.
But we're not just about the serious stuff. We're here to have fun.
Currently on an overnight in Orlando, and this is by far hell. This is the worst place on earth.
It's a whole thing.
The 21.5 Professional Pilots Podcast is your destination for everything aviation, whether you're cruising in the flight levels or just starting your journey. Ladies and gentlemen, another episode of the 21.5 Show is upon you. Hello, welcome. My name is Dylan, a professional pilot and podcast host, joined by my colleague, compatriot, brother-in-law, and fellow aviator, Maxwell. Hello.
Yes. Hello, everyone. Welcome back.
If you're new here, welcome. It's the podcast for professional pilots by professional pilots. Dylan and Max. We've been in the airlines, we've been in charter, we've been in Part 91, flight instructing. No
general aviation, don't forget.
General aviation,
pleasure
no fish
aviation.
spotting.
We should call it pleasure aviation.
Oh, I just did some today.
Just for fun aviation.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
I did a just for fun flight.
Enjoy the
in
blistering
Cessna
climb performance of the 150 once again.
Spectacular. 2 adults. I took my Uncle Henry for a flight, a little scenic flight around Phoenix. It was a blast. And we climbed at more than 400 feet a minute for most of the flight, so I think that's a win. Big win. But yeah, good to be out in the GA world. And I told him when I were coming, I'm like, listen, because we're probably going to come a little fast here. It's still a problem. Do you have that problem ever of just like getting in the zone of like jet speed versus prop speed? You're like, do you ever find yourself, if you're not like paying attention, like you're crossing over the numbers at like 80 knots or something?
No.
Or miles an hour? No.
I don't think so. I think I've been able to separate the two.
You've just separated it at them all. I mean, that's just is there any carryover that you get where you're like, there's a call out that you say on one airplane that you should have on the other?
Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah, it's the hardest things between the two jets that I fly is 2 things. One, which boost pump you have to have on while running the APU, because they're opposite. And the one's on the 280's on the right, the 73's on the left. Okay. And then the other thing is this is really messed up. This should be standardized amongst all airplanes, is the auto throttle disconnect button and the toga buttons are reversed.
Oh, no.
So you could be on short final and go to disconnect the auto throttles and hit toga. So not only do you not disconnect the auto throttles, but then they advance to...
Oh, my God. That would be terrible. What's is the 7.3 on the front of the...
The auto throttle disconnects are on the sides of the thrust levers.
The side of the lever?
Yeah, like where they I don't know, where like, and
like
then
where a normal toga button would be, where you like we hit it with your thumb if your hand's sitting on the throttle.
Yeah, like on the side of the knobs, the two knobs.
Yeah, that's normally toga.
Like normally where toga is, right?
Yeah,
that's auto throttle disconnect on Boeings. Out of 737
geez.
Anyway, that's the only Boeing I've flown. And then the up over the top, like, is the toga button.
Wow.
Isn't that weird? I don't know why. Like, why would you? I don't know.
So it's the exact opposite of most airplanes.
Yeah, it's the exactly. Isn't that weird? I don't know why. So
Jeez.
that one could be nasty. I tend to.
Yeah. Do you just
try and-
ask for the non-flying pilot when on your legs? Do you just ask for the captain to
I just
disconnect it for you?
yeah.
Can you disconnect the auto throttle for me, please?
What else? Yeah, I think that's really it. Other than that, like, it's pretty much different enough where there's no
Have you
carryover.
basically just we're going to talk about this in a future episode here, but do you basically just use the 121 callouts from your airline job now?
Yeah, we do. Yeah, I do
Have
for
you
sure
basically
because
just moved
yep,
that? Yeah.
I use all the same calls I always do to
Yep.
keep that consistent.
Yeah. Well, we have some exciting news. It's not really our news to share, but in the coming weeks, there is some news about some standardization in the business aviation community. Speaking of callouts and procedures, we're going to have more information on that for you guys soon. But just a little bit to think about. But Max, the fall always reminds me of training for you because you're a busy boy, going to multiple training centers and doing all the things. So I feel like we usually go on our annual training rant about this time of year. So I'm
I've got
ready for your
I got a
latest.
surprise for you too.
Oh boy.
So I the way my training cycle works out is I usually do my 121 training, and then the following month I do the 91 jet recurrent. And so it's always interesting because you compare and contrast it. And I tell you, about this time of year, I'm real sharp on
Yeah, you're dialed
on stuff. It'd be nice if they were staggered more like at 6 months,
right.
just for but it is what it is. So yeah, the airline training, like I said, is still like light years ahead of traditional recurrent training at flight safety or CAE
Right.
or whatever, wherever you go. But it also benefits from the data collection, right? Like through the FDAP and the airplanes. If you don't know this, they record parameters and they can see like what trends and what airports people are unstabilized at the most, or where they're landing long, and why, and they can see these trends that could potentially end up in a bad spot, right? And then they adapt the training to address those trends, and they try and train those out of the pilot group, which is great. When you, like our airline, when you operate over 4,000 flights a day, you have a ton of data, right?
Massive.
So that's what obviously we do not have. And they're trying to, I think, in business aviation, especially some of the large operators, and then also shared data between operators. And I hope that happens. But I think because of that, it just lends to some really good training. The way they tailor now the thing is, it does lag behind, right? Because they're working on the training, so it's a a year plus behind because they have to get the trainings ready for everybody from January 1st to December 31st of that year. So the training has to be ready prior to January 1st. So it starts getting worked on however far back. So by the time so there's good lag in there, but I think it's highly effective. I think it's every time I go, I'm like, that's pretty good. Like they do a good job. And then it's just the stuff that we do, the ongoing training, that we have on our iPad that we do every quarter. Like the training is dialed in 121, and then you go to 91, and especially 91 because you don't have 135. The op specs have the different additional things besides the V1 cut and all the normal stuff. But 91, it's a lot of, and we've talked about this, but it's a lot of what you make it and how if you want to do the minimum or you want to try and actually get something out of it. But then the problem is it's inconsistent and it drives me freaking insane. This is my rant for the year. In the instructors, dude. Like, so we do live learning, which means in our program. So you usually go to recurrent. You got a couple days of ground school, a few sims, right? And you go out there for the whole shebang. Well, we get to do live learning, which means the 2 days of ground school are done at home on your computer. And that system that they have with like, I don't remember what the platform's called, but it works really well. Like the instructor shares their screen and you have the video component. You can see the instructor, he can see you, and they, have all the systems displays and PowerPoints and whatever. And it's a really good system. And last year was the first time we did it. And I was like, wow, that was surprisingly good. And it's like, and then you're at home. Like you don't have to spend, another night in the hotel. It's great. It starts kind of early if you're on the west side of the country.
that's
Starts at 6 a.m., but you're done at 2 or whatever it is. So it's pretty good. And then, but I had a great instructor. We had like the guy, like the 280 guru that taught it. So and he has a lot of the anecdotal stuff. Like one of the best parts about recurrent ground school is hearing what other people that are coming through ground school are saying and what they're seeing and what's happened in their airplanes and what trends maybe the instructor observes as he sees all these people come through, right? And all the anecdotal stuff that's not in the PowerPoint. So, and this guy, he's developed his stuff. He talks to Gulfstream if there's questions. Like he's in it, right? And he was awesome. And then this year we had a newer guy, and we've all had these instructors. Super nice guy, great guy, whatever. But he is a slide reader, and doesn't have a lot of the depth of knowledge that I was used to when I'd ask questions. Like, oh, I don't really know. I don't really, and which is fine if you don't know, but it's unfortunate when you have this contrasting instructor. So that was on the ground side, right? And I was just like, so last year, I'm like, wow, I really got a lot out of it. That was really good. Like, I'm glad we did that. And then this year I was like, well, that was kind of climactic. It was just kind of like, well, whatever. It's good review, all that stuff. The design of it's fine, but it didn't. So there's that contrast between the instructors. And so then you go to the sim. So then you have to show up and you do the ground school test once you get in person. And then, which is the multiple choice, same thing, no big deal. And then you do the sim. And so we had 3 days of 3 simulators, 3 days, and 3 different instructors. First instructor was good. Like, so the stall series you normally do? You go up to altitude, okay, pull the thrust to idle, wait 20 minutes while the airplane's slow. And like, it was kind of eye-opening when we first started doing the high altitude stalls, finally, like the FAA mandated that, right? And then not the minimum altitude loss. They changed the verbiage where, you had to break the stall and lower the nose, and losing a bunch of altitude was okay, especially at high altitude. That was good. That was eye-opening, but that's been years now, right? So
yeah, we've been doing that for 10 years.
The repetitive, okay, landing. Well, this dude, he has us on a fly and approach, like for the landing configuration stall. He has us fly and approach. Then he would pop out at 1,000 feet, say, something like that, and the runway lights are on. He goes, "Oh, the runway lights are not working. Sidestep to 28 left or whatever it is, right?" So you sidestep, and then he says, "Okay, just pull the auto throttles off, and you're low. You're less than 1,000 feet." And he has you pull the auto throttles off.
Auto throttle. Which button is that again, sir?
Yeah, right. Just hit them all. And so you pull he's like, okay, turn the auto throttles off, pull the thrust to idle, and just kind of like keep the nose up a little bit. But then he has you stall in a situation where you could get distracted, get slow, and and then you get bing, airspeed low, which if you got that in real life, you wait, you go through the thing, but it's just, it's scenario based. It's a lot more realistic, and it's the situation you could potentially, and he did that with all of them. It was really good. So that was great. He did a great job, flew some approaches, and it was pretty jam packed. Like it's kind of the first day I feel like, they got the whole list, and it's not necessarily like they have some latitude with how much stuff they can throw into their sim, and then leave for the next guy to do. And he kind of jammed it up. So we got out of there. And I'd flown in the day of, early in the morning. It's a long day. So we just checked a bunch of boxes that day. Then day 2, we get in the sim, and Christian and I talked about, we're like, hey, what do you want to do? Like extra and blah, blah, blah. So we had to do some approaches and other stuff. And we did, we had to do a non-precision approach. I'm like, we'll do the NDB. I'm like, I'll do the NDB. And he's like, NDB. Let me see if they even. Oh, we were like Moses Lake, Washington. He's like, oh, they do have an NDB. Perfect. And I'm like, I think I want to do the NDB raw data just to see, like, because that's a skill I learned. I never ever use. You never have the opportunity to use it, and it's just, I don't know. It's trying to mix it up. This stuff is so. I just went to training. Like I just flew a million ILSs and the VOR approach and the localizer back course with and all that. Like stuff you don't do a lot, but I just did all the stuff I don't do a lot. So now I'm trying to find some other stuff. So Christian's like looking at me like, what is NDB?
What is this technology you speak of?
And so
did you just look at him and say, listen, heads fall, tails rise?
Yeah.
Here we go.
No, that's what the guy, he goes, what's the acronym you use? And I'm like, TDI, DHI. I'm like, that's my thing.
Yeah.
But so we did that and it's still kind of cheating because on the 280, you can go on heading select. You can go from heading to track.
Oh.
Which then makes it a lot easier, but it's still a lot harder than, and I did like course reversal and I'm like, all right, Christian, you got to hit the time when the needle flips. We got to time to the final approach, all this stuff.
Real team building. It was like doing a trust fall, like a real
it was
team
really
building
fun.
activity.
And we did it and it worked out good and whatever. I'm like, cool. Still got it. Whatever. For next year when the next time I ever do that.
The next time you use an oh geez.
So then
did you do an FMS overlay so you could see it on the map moving?
No,
map?
that's what we turned.
I like
it had all it off. Like, because what's the point? FMS overlay of a VOR, it's a GPS approach. Like it's dumb. So then and the instructor was good and I like so then and we did, I can't remember if we did any extra stuff, but then day 3 rolls around, right? And I'm looking like, what should we do? And I'm going to be going to Telluride. And Telluride has approaches. They have a localized approach. They've always had a GPS approach, but it never for a Category C airplane. So, like, you were pretty limited unless you're in a straight wing citation or a turboprop, right? Like, you couldn't actually fly any of the approaches. Well, now they have an LP approach, which we can do in this airplane, and it's for down to Category C. And like the mist is limited to 180 knots, so you can have the TERPS criteria to turn around in the canyon. And I'm like, well, this is one of those approaches. The first time you do it, you don't want it to be the first time you've ever done it
in the plane. Yeah,
in the plane, in the weather, with your family in the back, perhaps.
My whole family's on board.
My whole family's on board.
I can't.
I need vectors. So we did that. We flew that approach and flew the mist and. Which is a really good like confidence builder because if you had to fly that thing like for the first time, and I've been in and out of it a lot, but you'd be scared. And we did it, and you go mist, and with the climb performance of the airplane that I'm flying, you're high, dude, before you even like because the mist approach point's pretty far out there.
How high above the airport?
I can't remember the field elevation.
Feet? Yeah,
or
I'm just curious, like how low does the approach get you? Yeah,
I want to say. It's either 1,100 or 1,600. I can't remember which one. So it's not that low, though, because again, the TERPS is just probably a nightmare in there.
Yeah.
So we did that, and then flew the mist and came back. I think we flew the approach again, landed out of it, and it was like, okay, that was good. And we did. We told them to throw some other stuff like emergencies that we didn't brief, that we weren't talking about, and they loaded us up pretty good on day 2 and day 3, like multiple unrealistic failures, but it just forces you to like. Okay, prioritize. Which message are we going to run the checklist for? What are we going to do now? Okay, this popped up. Does that have more priority? Do we need to discontinue this? Is this secured? Like, what do we do? And so it's good to push yourself to train harder than reality would probably present itself like, because then, in real life, it's easier because you only have one failure and and so that was really good. So day 3 rolls around and now they're like, oh, we're going to have an instructor observing. And I'm like, oh God, here we go, dude. Like, and so we get this guy again, very nice guys, like nothing.
This is the kiss of death. If you're ever if Pete, your friends describe you as a great guy, it's red.
No, they were super nice and personable. But dude, we had this in initial, the same thing. And they're one dude checking out another instructor that can barely operate the simulator. And and there's a language barrier in there. They hire these dudes who English is clearly not their first language. And both times in this experience, they were from South America. And, they just it's hard. They have to think really hard to be able to issue clearances, and it slows things down, and it's devoting more brain power than, so I get some crappy vector, or he's vector me inside of somewhere and I'm going to be way too high, like just stuff like that. And I'm like, dude, this is where I was like, I snapped, but I didn't snap on them. I'm like, this is the last day, dude. We got a flight to catch. I'm just cooperating to graduate. But it's if you do that to me at Southwest, I'm the employee. We're all like, you want, I draw the short straw to be the guinea pig for some new instructor. Okay. I'll take that. And that's part of my job, right? That's just like getting
that's
junior
showbiz.
JA'd or whatever. Like that's just part of the gig. When you pay to come to some place and then you're the guinea pig, like no. Like that, get the right seaters, get some other instructors to be the guinea pigs. Like don't be checking people out on my time. Like that
Yeah.
I was pissed. Like it's ridiculous, dude. You cannot charge me full rate. That's like, I mean, you could think of a million metaphors for that, but you can't charge somebody retail and then do that. Like you just can't do that. I will not accept that anymore. Like I'm over that. You can't check people out that are inexperienced. It's just, it's not fair. It's not fair to us. Like we have 3 simulators, dude. It's just cluster. Like, and I'm like, literally, I'm like, oh, turn left heading, whatever. You're cleared for the approach. I'm like, well, that altitude's not going to work. I'm going to have to go miss because I'm going to be 1,000 feet high. So how about a lower altitude? Oh yeah. Descend and maintain 3,000. Okay, great. Like, as you can tell,
that's frustrating. Yeah.
But dude, it's just frustrating. And it's not, and what if we were like a weak crew? Like we needed the training to get to a level of proficiency to be safe. Like you can't short, like maybe that's why they do it to us. I don't know. Maybe maybe it's a compliment. Maybe
they identify you on the 3rd day. They're like, all right, who can make it through this?
I think that's what they did when we were in initial, because we were there long enough. They could be like, okay, these guys are strong. They can get through, our bullshit. But like that's still not fair. I'm not doing, like, screw you guys, dude. Yeah. You can afford to bring somebody in on overtime or hire a whatever. I don't care.
Yeah.
But like, or pay some dude contract rate that's a local actual, pilot to come in and be tortured. But
it's amazing what you take for granted with a great instructor in the back and how much orchestrating it takes to be able to do what you need to do in a couple hours in a simulator to be able to accomplish all the things you have to do, until you have someone that is learning the process. And then you're like,
dude, it is painful. Like that, there is an art form to operating the simulator and having the cadence right. And I had an experience at Southwest too with a newer Czech airman. It was like so he hadn't done a bunch of these events, and it's a very, it's a dance that you're doing. And we were, somebody wasn't dancing to the same music, and it was just kind of a cluster, but we got through it because we're all kind of on the same team. It's like, hey,
right.
But this is not that. We are the customer. Right. Like we're the client. Oh, the client this, client this. They all talk about the client and their granola bars in the break room, but like, and coffee, it just, I can't. Like, dude, just get the training right. I don't give a shit about the coffee and the snacks and the client lunch. Like, I don't care about any of that. Just get the training right and get me out of there in a quick, it's annoying.
Here's something I've wondered for a long time, and I don't know. I'd be curious what your take is. For check rides, I know they have this thing where the airplane can't be repositioned, it can't be frozen, it can't be, this and that. I don't understand why for the training, it isn't all a preloaded thing where it's like, boom, we're doing this, boom, now we're teleporting the plane here, and it's this, and it's like pre-configured. And
welcome to the airlines, Dylan. Dude, here, I'm going to load the box for you. It zips it in there.
Yeah.
Like, you don't spend all this time freaking loading the speeds and the depart, and like, what's the winds? What's the temperature? What's the altimeter setting?
So ridiculous.
It's so, and then okay, that's what they say. Okay, I'm going to position you out on a 7-mile final. Here's where you're at. Put the landing gear down. Put the flaps here. Like, that's fine. I don't need to fly the downwind 10 times,
Exactly. And it just doesn't, it seems like there's so much loss there, especially, oh my God, the worst is the V1 cuts. When someone wants to practice V1 cuts, God, it takes 15 minutes to get, the flaps on the right side. Okay, now you got to reload the box. He sends the speeds. What's it's just.
Oh, and then it repositions, it dumps the speeds, and you're like.
Yeah.
And then why do we fail the engine? Like, how many engine failures have you had that weren't right at V1?
I know.
Like, have you had one at 300 feet? Like, how?
Yeah.
What are we doing?
It just seems like, to me, like, and this would be a way to help a new instructor, right? Is the whole thing is preloaded in there. Okay, we're going to do scenarios 1, 7, 9, and 15. Boom, load scenario 1. You push one button on the sim, okay, maybe we got to change a couple configuration things on the plane. All right, boom. Okay, now it's scenario 7. And you push the
That's
button
how it is
and
in
you're
the
right
airline,
there.
dude. I think it's
Yeah.
all like the whole training, they have like a manual, a
Yeah.
script. Like it is cut and dry. Like
Yeah.
but that doesn't mean it's the same for everybody because there's
Right.
latitude too, and there's multiple scenarios for each event. So not everybody's getting the same thing. But it's like preloaded. They hit it. Okay, it's going to reposition you here. Here's what and all of that. Yeah, it's so much more efficient. So then you can
Yeah.
get actual work done instead of taking off and doing a normal takeoff to be vectored around for the downwind. And then if you're flying with the dudes that will not exceed 200 knots,
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, oh my God.
Oh, yeah.
So I told Kurt, I said, listen, if you were not at 250 knots until the base turn, we're going to have an issue.
That's negative
Let's
reinforcement.
go. But then you get the guy with the new sim, and now you're flustering him because you're hauling out.
You're just ripping through this thing. He's back on the upwind leg, and you're.
Oh yeah, it freaking rips this a turn. We're way too close. Christian blows through the localizer. I'm like, he's like, and then Christian's like trying to play the game. He's like, oh, we are going to need our vector to I'm like, dude, just turn to 030. Just get on the localizer. Like, if you have to go missed right now, I'm going to explode.
Trauma flash. Poor Christian's in the box, and you're having this war with this guy. Oh
no,
my gosh!
I was being nice. Like I'm not.
Yeah,
it's not his fault, dude. Like it's not their fault that they're thrown into this mess. Like but it's just like, and then of course, and then I have a flight to catch too. So I'm like, and it was like, as always, it's never not a ton of time.
It's never like, well, we'll casually get to the airport and have an hour and a half, and we can get a nice meal, and then we'll go.
Yeah, you got to return the
rental
rental car,
never
wait for the shuttle, go through. TSA took my survival belt. I'm still about also made me lose my mind, and I'm like, and trust me, I would have. It's like it was an expensive belt, but of course my flight's boarding in 6 minutes. I'm like, whatever, bro. Congratulations on your new belt. I hope you enjoy it. Fucking
wow.
I know. And they get on.
I'm worried.
Crappy grab and go TGI Fridays chicken sandwich. It's disgusting in the back of the. So training was great. Anyway,
training was great. Max is always in a great mood after training. This is why we love to catch him. Right.
Well, you catch me after the airline training. I'll be like, yeah, that was good. Like that.
No, you always do.
Speaking
of that, that is the trials and the tribulations of in the business aviation world. It can be just feast or famine too. Because it's like, man, when you have that really good instructor, you're like, wow. It's amazing how much that can change the experience. So you did it.
I'm worked up now.
Blood pressure. Hey, pull out your Apple Watch. Where are we at?
I don't.
Give me some vitals here.
During the day. I gave up the Apple Watch during the day. It's too much. Too much buzzing. Too much
going on. Smart.
Why? Your watch says something about you, Dylan. Kind of like your shoes. I realized.
Yeah, it's not a good sign for me.
Between these true golf shoes you're wearing and these Birkenstocks.
Yeah. Apple Watch is not good.
Apple Watch.
I hope that's not true.
What shoes are you wearing to work these days?
Yeah, I'm still wearing golf shoes. Watches. Yeah, I know. It's a lot of red flags.
We'll save this conversation when I have Ted as a guest host.
Yeah, exactly. I'd be lambasted. Oh, man. Man, well,
there's something about just, that's what's funny though. Let me just, while we're talking about this. So you're talking about watches. Yep. Like the watches, these mechanical, marvels that are made in Switzerland. And like the one I'm wearing right now is the moon watch. This is the watch they wore in the first flights to the moon, and it was a backup timepiece, like for the spacecraft, like to time if things failed, like this was the deal. And it doesn't have the gravity, it doesn't automatically wind itself because there was no gravity in space. So you have to wind it and stuff. But it's kind of funny is like we wear these mechanical watches, and then the quartz watch came around, right? And almost blew up the whole industry. I listened to this whole thing, and it was interesting how it ended up being its own thing. And these mechanical timepieces are still a great thing. And it's like, it's kind of, you learn to appreciate the precision and how this thing of gears and the spring and all that can be accurate within like less than 5 seconds a day. Like that's pretty amazing, right? and have like a timer, and you click it, and it's like actual mechanically working. And I just think it's funny, like we wear these really antiquated things, and like it's become like the status symbol, right? If you wear this
Yeah.
super
This old
antiquated
technology,
mechanical
yeah.
timepiece like a Rolex or Breitling or whatever, Omega, and so or you can have this Apple Watch that has a cell phone in it, literally, and like
Right. Send your heart rate to your wife. Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's the same. Like it's soon.
send your
Like what?
heart rate.
I just completed a workout. It's funny. So, like, what would be like? Let's imagine you worked in an office. Like, what would it be? At what point? How much longer do we have to wait until it's like a status power move when you use a typewriter again? Your sets are
That's
just like
exactly right, dude.
bang, bang, bang,
Or
bang,
like,
bang, bang.
or it's like people using a fountain pen. Like it's
Mhm.
the same thing.
Yeah,
Isn't that
it
funny?
really is. Yeah, driving an old car. I mean, it's all It's just
You know
that
what the watch I
that's.
really want though?
I'm guessing it's cheap.
Yeah.
No, it's the one you've been talking about, right? Well, I'll let
Oh,
you.
did I tell you about this? The GMT Master, the one that Rolex made for Pan Am.
Yeah, we talked
That's
about
cool.
this.
Yeah. Oh, we did.
Have you found one? They
Oh,
exist,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, they exist. It depends. That model of watch that looks the same, you can get like it's been made up till
Mhm.
recently, right? But like one that was made in the late 50s or 60s that was actually issued to a Pan Am
Issued to a
captain.
Pan Am pilot. Yeah.
Yeah, those are not cheap. Those are
Over or under one G280 recurrent for one of those watches.
uh like around there if for like a
Okay.
one that's not in great shape.
Okay. For not in great shape.
Yeah.
Okay. Ooh. So
But
it's an
that's cool because
aspirational.
they basically Rolex they designed this watch and they gave them for free to Pan Am and they would give them to the Pan Am pilots, captains. And it had a second hour hand, so which was made to be on Zulu time. And so it had two hour
That's
hands
so
to keep
cool.
track. And then it had like it was blue and red for basically it's indicating day and night, and they like and then I guess the lore. This is like one of the big Rolex lores is that like I should have pulled this up on the internet had I planned to talk about this to make sure, but basically the lore is that like the management was like, oh, and they were kind of like swiping some of the watches to the guys that weren't pilots, and
Mhm.
Rolex found out about it, and they made a special because these were blackface. And they made a white faced one for the executives, and those, if you can find one of those, which is kind of debatable whether they truly exist in that fashion or not, but those are worth,
Mhm.
I mean, like $1 million.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's an interesting story, but you can see like old Rolex ads of like because they were promoting this, that's what they did. It was a publicity
Right.
thing, and of like the Pan Am guys wearing the GMT Masters, pretty sick.
Do you have some picture? We should. I want to see that.
Oh
That's
yeah,
sick.
they're all over the internet. Just Google Pan Am Rolex, it'll come right up.
Wow. That's pretty sweet.
I know. And then they're trying to get a group of people to see if they were going to make a Southwest Airlines Breitling. Like they're
Oh.
getting an interest list because there has to be a certain amount of people for this to like actually happen. And at first I was like, oh, that seems kind of lame. And then I was like, wait, that actually is like, if it's going to be a small amount, that actually would be kind of cool. Like to
Yeah.
have
I
some
mean,
sort of limited production of something you had a physical tie to, which would be kind of neat.
yeah,
So
that is really cool.
I changed my tune on that too.
Change your tune real quick.
Real quick.
All right. Well, if anyone's grandfather maybe flew for Pan Am and
Yeah.
maybe you've got his watch and you'd like
Christmas
to,
is right around the corner.
reach out to maxinfo at 215podcast.com. We can arrange some type of exchange. I don't know. A ride in a Cub for a while. I don't know. I'm not sure how you're going to be able to. Speaking of the Cub, I hear things are getting really soft and cushy in that thing lately.
Oh, man. Real nice enhancement. One that's been on the list. So I talked to Shock Monster, is the name of the company. And
Okay.
they make shocks for like off-road applications and stuff. And the owner, Tony, is a pilot, and he a while ago has made shocks for airplanes. And they have
Okay.
tail wheel set up and all of that stuff. So there's basically two manufacturers that make these shocks, and I don't have Cubs came with bungees, right? Which is like literally like a bungee cord that's wrapped around, and that was what gave the shock absorption on the kind of landing gear, the cabane gear. And then I have these other ones that are called AOSS, which are better than bungees, but not nearly as good as these new shocks. And then there's these two. There's Acme and TK, and I looked at them both, and I think these ones they just redesigned, have a new version, and they're better. And so and Tony hooked me up for being, I told him I'd talk about it on the podcast. He was awesome. They make like literally a work of art product. Like they're machined to like ridiculous tolerances. You can see Trent Palmer did a whole walkthrough of how they make these shocks if you're really interested on YouTube. But you get them and you're like, you hold this thing and you're like, whoa, it's like double barrel nitrogen charged gas shock. And it's like, these things are no joke. Like you can pull the power to idle and stall it at 10 feet and hammer down. And they just, they're awesome. There's something else. So put those bad boys on. It's pretty awesome.
Have you done a landing with him yet?
I have not. I just had to go through all this training and stuff. I put them on, and then I was gonna go, dude. And then I was like,
shitty vector, and you're like, I gotta get home. Come on, I'm gonna drop this thing out of the sky.
I know, and it's just one of those things. I was there working all day, putting them on, and you get these like safety cables. So in case you really screw up and you pull the landing gear off, it's like a backup, so you don't hit a wingtip or your prop, hopefully. But anyway, I got them all on, and I'm like, I'm just going to take this thing for one lap in the pattern. I got like somebody coming to work, do something at my house. I had to get home. And I look, and I remember I had like no gas. Like, so I threw it back in the hangar. So tomorrow I will be going to put them through their paces.
So I'm looking at some of these pictures of these. Does the Pan Am logo on the face? Because it doesn't look like it is.
No. It's just a model of watch that was made for
them, but it doesn't say Pan Am. Got it.
No. It's a Rolex GMT, master, yes. and then there's a model number code, so you can figure out if it's like the real one, like I think it's the 6542 or something like that.
6542, yeah.
That was the original, but then you can see like these newer versions, right? Like I don't know, but
interesting. Okay.
Yeah, it's
that's a fun rabbit hole.
I'm probably going to settle for the one that's not the original one given to an actual Pan Am pilot, because one that looks just like it is.
Don't give up on your dreams, Max.
Well, listen,
you've been able to accomplish a lot by doing hard things, chasing your desires. So,
thanks for the encouragement.
I had a fun experience. I've been flying around a Citation CJ lately with a buddy at 0.59 Mach. I have never flown an airplane that slow in my entire career. You flew the XL or the XL, right? Wasn't that pretty slow?
Yeah, it was faster than that though.
Wow, holy smokes! That's an interesting experience.
How many knots is that?
I don't think there's any way to know.
No, there's almost certainly a way to know.
Give me a second.
I mean, a couple like a temperature, perhaps.
Is it?
So I remember 430 knots is about 7.8, right?
Yeah.
450 is like 8.0. So what is this? Like 360?
Yeah, about, which is interesting because I don't know if you saw recently our friends at Starlink throttled back.
Yeah.
The old speed.
They just keep changing the rules. It's so funny.
They just keep changing the rules. So now you were able to use up to it used to be you could use their cheap plan up to 471 knots. So a lot of airplanes, XLs, probably beach jets, a lot of the slower kind of light jets, all the CJs. They were in, and now they dropped it by 100 miles an hour, from 550 miles an hour to 450 miles an hour, which is 391 knots. And keep in mind that's ground speed too. So now if you're above that 450 mile an hour or 391 knot cutoff, you got to be on the aviation plan. And that's effective here November 7th.
It's more than $50 a month. Let me just warn you.
It's about $2,000 a month for the base. So yeah, it's a huge jump up. And I mean, honestly, like I was looking at it, I'm like, how they had to increase the price. Like it was crazy.
That was too much capability.
That was a little bit too good to be true deal.
But dude, so I'm running so you can they also came out with this new thing where you can put it in standby, and you used to be able to put your service plan on hold and it was just on hold and it didn't cost you anything. I think you had to have pay for the service 1 month a year or whatever. Well, now they got rid of that where it's like free to put on hold, but now it's $5 a month. But you get essentially what's like the equivalent of old school like dial-up internet speed.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, I'm going to try this just for flying around. Dude, I received a phone call on Wi-Fi calling, like the weather radar loads, like all the stuff that you need actually for like bare minimum stuff works fine for $5 US a month. That's insane. Then like if I'm going to go on a big trip or go to Idaho again, like I would, pay the $50.
So they're blowing out the Starlink minis right now for I think $299. I've been doing some sleuthing. It appears that there is going to be a next generation Starlink mini antenna coming out in Q1, maybe.
What's that going to cost? Or what's the difference?
Know. I don't know.
I think the mini. I think the difference with the mini too. It can't support as many users like as the real deal, and or if you have more users, it bogs down the speed quicker and stuff like that.
Right. So there's a couple things. There's Starlink V3 satellites coming out that are obviously they're going to go faster, right? Higher bandwidth. So it's likely you'll have higher speed with the Mini 2 or the next version of the Mini to be able to tap into the V3 satellites. So it's one of those things. But then what does that mean? Do you have to have more power running to, the antenna?
That's the question. That's a big thing because right now that bad boy runs on 20 watts, dude.
It's a lot of power already. So maybe
no, it's not. It's very little power compared to the other ones, though. I mean, dude, you're transmitting to space on 20 watts.
Yeah, but for outlets in your cockpit, you may be.
Oh well, that's what I'm saying.
Maximum.
It's only drawing 20 watts, which is pretty impressive, I think. But
it takes more than that to start. It takes a little bit more than that.
Yeah, to start.
You do need some horsepower. So. I don't know. Like there'll be some things to consider there. Yeah. Anyways, so some interesting developments in the Starlink. All right, are you ready for the big true airspeed reveal? 0.59 Mach at 33,000 feet is about 340 true.
Wow, that is
so. You
throw that's what I was going to tell you too about training. I forgot to tell you, Dylan.
Let me see. You educated an instructor on something
just to keep this training. Train rolling, I may be obtaining another type rating in the next couple months.
Let's see. Can we guess?
Type
rating. Okay, so that means it's big.
I will give you 2 guesses.
Will you tell me if I guessed the manufacturer correctly?
No, it has to be the model.
What would you get a type rating in? Is it obscure or is it a?
Yeah, it's pretty obscure. It's not for like any sort of compensation. It would be sort of for fun, but also for I would be able to use it.
The Shorts 360
for my
your new skydiving company.
My resurgence of skydiving. Yeah, no.
I give up.
Okay, well, I'll let you think about it a little longer.
You're going to leave us in suspense until the next episode.
Cliffhanger. It might not happen too. So,
yeah, you want to wait. Are you going to lose it on the instructor? The same in this thing. What is it going to be? The a turban thrush or something?
an ag cat. Yeah,
an ag cat. You're screaming at this guy. This vector is shit. I'm flying 250 knots until base.
Period.
I don't care if you don't speak English. All right, we got.
Another. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
Well, it kind of goes with training, but so like we had the later sim, which was actually pretty good. You show up at like 3,
Yep.
they have
Like
the
that.
hour brief that takes 6 minutes, and then you wait around and take a break, and then you sit around forever. And we got done at like 8, but it was kind of good because you stay in like your home time zone, but you have the whole first 3/4 of the day, right? So what do? And what's really nice, because the problem is a corporate pilot, for those of you that are not, is a lot of times you end up with a lot of time on your hands when you're on the road. Like at home, I have no time. Like I'm running around, kid. All of a sudden, boom, you get to work, tons of time.
Yep.
You're like, what do I do? And oftentimes what you do is sitting around and you end up consuming excess calories because you're just either waiting around for the
I've got a
next
good
meal,
story about that. Yeah.
or you're like, oh, let's go get a coffee or what, and so I'm trying to find more productive, and I hold stuff back like at home that I don't want to do at home. I wait till I'm at work, corporate or airline, because
like
I have time,
flossing your teeth,
or like calling someone you're going to be on hold forever. Or writing email, just stuff that can wait, that you don't want to waste your time like while you're home with your kids or whatever. So Christian and I are both members at Lifetime Fitness, and that's like a nationwide, like they have them all over the place. And a Lifetime, they call it like the Athletic Country Club. But my point being is that they have basketball courts, pickleball courts, steam rooms, saunas, hot tubs, cold plunges, outdoor pools, indoor pools, water slides, like and all the gym stuff too. So there's a lot you could blow 2 hours like that
pretty easily,
in Lifetime, and actually doing things that are productive and healthy for you. So that's what, like, when we were in training every morning, we get up, you get on the app. I made like pickleball reservations, as playing with some local dudes, and we worked out. We're in the sauna. I was trying to get Christian to stay in the cold plunge for 5 minutes. That was pretty fun.
What was the temp?
This one was around like right about 50.
Okay, that's legit.
Which is good. Like for that 5 minutes at 50 is doable. Like 5 minutes in the 40s for me I can do it. Like my one at home now was like 46, and I did 5 minutes.
Woo!
And that was
real.
That will change things. But 50 for 5 minutes feels about right. Like you feel like it gets to your joints, and I notice, and it's not like horrendously torturous. But if you're not used to it, I'm sitting there yelling. I'm like, come on. Don't get out. I'm not going to let you get out.
Are there like 7 other people in the cold tub right now? And they're like, why is this guy's dad yelling?
No, there's 100 people in the hot tub right next door. There's nobody in the cold plunge ever.
You two of you.
I love it. It says max capacity 60. I'm like, yeah, that's going to happen.
Yeah, I think we got.
Never wait at the cold plunge. It's weird. I don't understand.
Shout out to Lifetime. Yeah,
it's pretty good, dude. And like we got to go some other places. I got like you look at that, figure out where it's at. It's really
So I did this. You're talking about you got excess time to kill on an overnight. I did kind of a fun experience. We were in Austin, and the Franklin barbecue, that like very famous barbecue place there, and you got to wait in line to do it. And we were there, and we had all day. And I'm like, the weather wasn't too bad. We're like, well, let's just do it. We're gonna wait in line for a few hours for this barbecue. Like, it's probably not on a normal trip. You would never do that, right? But we had nothing else to do. So we got in line at 10 o'clock, and so we played disc golf first, and then...
forgot to tell you about that.
Okay. Well, here, let me finish my story.
Yeah, finish.
Played disc golf, then got in line, took a Waymo. They've got Waymos all over Austin now. It's everywhere.
They got Tesla too, right?
Yeah, and the Tesla.
There?
I wasn't approved. I tried to get approved on the Robotaxi, but didn't go through. So anyways, and then waited in line for 3 hours for barbecue, and it was delicious, and it wasn't a big deal to wait in line for 3 hours. It wasn't stressful at all, and the food was spectacular.
Yeah.
Here's the great irony is if you line up in the morning, it's 3 hours. When we walked out at 1:30 after eating, the line was 40 minutes long. And there was a couple smart PlaneSense pilots in their uniforms at the back of the line. They had just like landed and then like Ubered in or whatever, and they were going to get there right away and get their food and everything. And so I was like, all right, maybe next time I won't do that. But anyways, it was still fun. Anyways, what were you going to say?
Oh, I was saying, so about doing disc golf on the road. Christian and I got into a little disc golf the other day.
What? Where at?
Just kidding. We did disc golf. You know why we didn't have to disc golf? I figured out why you love disc golf so much on the road.
Because you can wear a watch and shoes that aren't cool?
No. Because that's about all you can fit in that measly Challenger baggage compartment. You know what we do?
Oh boy.
You know what we do on trips, Dylan? We bring
No.
mountain bikes. You know why? Because you can fit those in the back of the 280. That is staggering.
I knew this was coming. I didn't know how you were going to lay the trap, but I knew it was coming. Max recently discovered he was at our hangar. We share a hangar, and he was in there. And you looked into our baggage or a Challenger 300 baggage compartment right before you were flying, and then you were sending me pictures, and there were measurements.
That was
and you're
staggering, dude. It's
Yeah.
like 30%. It's huge.
Yeah.
We have this continual, debate about the 280 and the 350. I think that's sealed. Like, I don't want to hear about this flat floor anymore. If you can't bring
Does
enough
the baggage compartment have a flat floor?
Yeah, it's flat all the way through. The whole
I was impressed to see you guys fit 2 mountain bikes in there without too much difficulty. That was impressive.
That's huge. That's a huge difference. Like, you're talking about an airplane with the same engines that does pretty much the same stuff by and large. I mean, I think the 280 holds a little more fuel, so it goes a little further, but like nothing like substantial. But 30% baggage, that is substantial.
Vacuum toilet, 30%. You know what? The other thing we haven't measured, which I've actually found the smaller is better, is the opening of the baggage compartment.
Smaller is better?
I'll tell you why. Because it limits what they'll bring. And I'd be curious if you've got a bigger baggage compartment door than we do. Because there's been multiple times where like, I remember on the 604, they're like, we'd love to bring a coffin. And sorry, just can't get it in the baggage door. Surfboard, all this
That's
stuff.
True,
that's
too, right?
too big.
Didn't they try and figure out how to get a coffin in the airplane?
Yeah, tried to get a coffin in. Like, no, we're good. Be good on that one. So yeah, I'm like, maybe the smaller baggage door is better. Like just can fit some golf clubs. That's about it. I don't know.
Good point.
Yeah,
that's what the problem with the Gulfstream, those big Gulfstreams are, especially the legacy ones that were real high off the ground.
You have to lift that thing.
Oh my God, I don't like. I was doing a lot of CrossFit at the time. Like my Olympic lifts were pretty spot on. Like, you had to literally like power clean.
Yeah.
An awkward 85-pound bag. It was insane.
And these old guys be out there,
how
and
are
then
they
the other
doing
guys
that?
hoisting it. Like, I don't know.
It's
I
the line
get it.
guys. But if like we had a private hangar, so we had to push all the bags up. Like, most of the time, those dudes are just peeling 20s to have the line service guys do it. But yeah, that's rough.
Out of control. Wow. Well, we've really visited some tangents on this.
A lot.
This intro. That's okay.
Just one more thing. I just remembered too.
Right.
We were training one of our good instructors was on the G3 program, and he flew G2s and G3s. So
that guy. I remember that guy.
We went on a little trip down memory lane, and he's like, "Yeah, they still have it here." I'm like, "No way, they still have the G3 here?" And he's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Where's that thing?" I'm like, "Guarantee you, no one's in it." And so Christian and I walked down there and got in the old sim, and Christian's.
He sent me some pictures of it. Yeah.
Oh, he did? Yeah. He's got his flashlight on his phone on, looking around. He's like, "Oh my God,
what are these switches?
This is like getting in the space shuttle." Like,
yeah. Was it AC or DC setup?
It was set up as DC, so it was even more hooey up there on the overhead. It was pretty funny. His mind was first the raw data NDB, and then the G3. I'm really either dating myself or.
How did you disconnect the auto throttles in that thing? Was it a push a crank that you would spin?
That thing actually had the one I flew. The last one had auto throttles, and they were horrendous. You couldn't use. They're unusable. It was just an airspeed bug on the airspeed indicator.
Geez.
Yeah, and they were just all day long.
Oh man, wow! What a trip down memory lane! Incredible.
Just a lot happened in 2 nights. I tell you.
Never seen the highs and the lows.
I have a couple additions to the Dallas.
Okay, good.
Yeah,
we're
gonna found a Japanese restaurant that will change things.
Perfect. Well, we've launched the new layover guides. Got a bunch of emails from folks about it. I'm going to read an email. We got a new layover guide to announce here. So all the things. We got to move this on here, Max. We've been going for quite a while here.
Oh my God, I know. We got kids to pick up soon. We got to get this going
quickly.
Let's go.
All right, on to reviews and comments. Listen, if you leave us a review for the show on Apple Podcasts or wherever you get your podcasts, and then shoot us an email with your mailing address, we'll be happy to send out some stickers to you. Got a couple of listeners that have left some reviews for us. Max, if you want to read the first one.
All right. Best aviation podcast out there. Great stories, humor, and advice. From Z 10918 Zappos.
Another
I'm sure
one.
That's clever and random.
Yeah, I don't know. Another one from an equally challenging username. This one comes from Cheesy7665, 7365 248. They say, all around great content. I love listening, from the musings to the stories to all the different lessons learned and tips. I can't help but listen, laugh, and learn. If you're not listening, you are missing out. Yes, you are missing out on some incredible content. Yeah.
Cheesy.
So appreciate those reviews. Keep them coming. All right, Max. I have been having a lot of fun. Reggie and I have been having a lot of fun over the weekend with some new technologies. And, we've been having Reggie do the ad reads for our friends at Advanced Air Crew Academy, our sponsors of the Mailbag. And I wanted to elevate it. I wanted to take things to the next level. You have not heard this yet, but I requested that Reggie write us a rap for Advanced Air Crew Academy's ad read this week. Would you like to hear it?
Please.
It's on threat and error management, TEM, and which is just, many of the famous rappers that you're familiar with have all rapped about this, so it's nothing new. But here we go. Let's see what Reggie's come up with us.
Yeah. Drop that
Check
beat.
it. Change the game, threaten errors the name. Catching little slips before they bring the pain. Scenario based, years pilot approved. No boring PowerPoints, just skills that groove. Stay ahead of the threat, don't let it catch you. From takeoff to touchdown, this train is gonna match you. Online easy, compliance on lock. Keep your crew tight and your inbox rockin' shot.
Advanced Air Crew, keeping flight safe and steady. Knowledge on demand, click in when you're ready. From the ramp to the sky, we bring that clarity, cause oops ain't a plan, it's threat and error management, baby.
So hit up aircroacademy.com. Stay sharp, stay true, and keep doing what real pros do.
Oh my, of course I get another phone call.
Well, there's another couple jobs that have become obsolete due to AI. So if you're a songwriter, you write jingles, perhaps advertising, or jeez, we can give you some fun advice. Find a new job. That's
oh my gosh,
that's unbelievable.
Isn't that amazing? Oh, it got cut off the end. Of course, somebody called me. Of course, but yeah, I wonder if Dan's gonna like that or not. He might be asking for a full refund, or he wants a full album. I'm not sure.
Yeah, who knows?
Who knows? They got to learn how to read the Advanced Air Crew Academy website address a little bit, but that's okay. The link is in the show notes. Do you want to hear a couple other raps that Reggie and I have written?
Please.
Okay.
Big fan.
Our boy Tim Pope was on the show last time. So what all inspired this is I listened to this cool podcast called Galaxy Brains by this guy, Alex Thorne, it's in like financial stuff, but he used to write freestyle raps, and Alex would write a freestyle rap and perform it for every single guest on his show. And it was the sickest. I've never seen anything like that on a podcast. So it would start with a freestyle of about every single guest, and it just blew me away. And I was like, this is the coolest thing ever. So this is a shout out to Alex Thorne, who actually does it for real and doesn't use computers, but
for now.
But here's one we did for Tim.
Tim Pope in the hangar, man, he's spitting the facts. Helping flight crews stretch those post-tax stacks. From Bitcoin to benefits, pensions to pay. He's navigating numbers like RNAV all day. Got that 360 north, yeah, that's his heading. While pilots count trips, he's counting your blessings. Your money's in climb, so don't lose scope. Check your 6 and roll with Timothy P. Pope. It's the frequency, pilots tune in and vibe. 21.5 where the pros come alive. Checklist, jet fuel, and stories that fly. It's the cockpit crew. Now let's take it sky high.
So spectacular.
Jeez. What else?
I know.
You got any more?
It's alarming. I got one more. This is the original one I made for this. I want to see if you like this for a new intro song. I mean, we just redid our intro. We got drops of Ted and Don Trump and like all these people, but
put all this time into it, and then you made this one in 30 seconds.
I know, and then Reggie and I made this in 30 seconds. So I don't know, but this one's pretty sick. Tell me if we should. I want the listeners to say, do you like what we've got now, or do we need to start incorporating this one?
Yeah. Welcome aboard, buckle up, it's flight time. Dylan and Max dropping truth on the mic line. From hangars to the flight deck, pros in command. Talking shop, telling tales, keeping skills in demand. Airline, biz jet, instructed in the sky. Every episode hits like a flare done right. From mailbag to layovers, laughs on the climb. We keep it real 21.5 all the time. It's the frequency, pilots tuning and vibe. 21.5 where the pros come alive. Checklist, jet fuel and stories that fly. It's the cockpit crew, now let's take it sky high. This ain't your granddad's safety briefing. It's the 21.5 podcast. Professional pilots, real talk,
more.
real laughs. Let's roll.
That hook that hits with like it's almost
dirty.
sounds like it's Snoop Dogg. That,
totally.
It sounds like Snoop and Nate Dogg.
Rap.
Like, oh my god,
that's how do you even do that? What sort of wizardry are you cooking up there? And you're
it's a long story, but the technology is insane. My dad, who's a musician, was here this weekend, and he had an idea for a song that he's been writing, and he had the kind of the concept of the lyrics, and we put that into the creator, and then kind of told it what we wanted it to sound like. Dude, it made an incredible song. It sounded exactly like Mumford and Sons. It was unbelievable. Just like that. It's
many
crazy.
things
I'll have to send it to you.
rendered obsolete so fast.
Yeah, I know. It's just like this is the tip of this is so stupid. AI ruins all of the artistic pursuits that it meanwhile still doesn't do the dishes, still doesn't take out the trash, still doesn't change your oil.
Elon's working on that.
Better. That's what we really need.
Optimus.
Yeah. I had to change the garbage disposal this weekend. That's what I need. I need the robot doing that kind of stuff, not creating music and art and
ruining people's lives.
Yeah, exactly. Awful.
Invalidating people's life's work.
Exactly.
Don't worry. Don't worry. Yeah. It's coming for us too.
I know. Exactly.
I'm going to be flying the Cub around being like, oh, remember when I used to get paid to do this?
Yeah.
This universal basic income is great.
This is the best.
I think I have so many hobbies.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, you'll be fine. You have enough hobbies. You keep hearing everyone being like, well, what's everyone going to do if no one works? Don't worry about Max. He's good.
Yeah, do not worry about me. Everything is... Well, the problem is you need money. Like, so hopefully the universal basic income is high enough to support.
High enough. Yeah. I don't know. You could just get a little royalty check from Tesla and Amazon. Everybody that's like, maybe we're going to lay everyone off, but we're all
maybe the Epic Pass will just be free. You could just drive around all winter and shred.
Are the lifties all going to just be robots though? That'd be such a bummer. Because the lifties are like one of my favorite parts of the schemes.
Dropping some hot beats,
hot
you've never
music,
heard.
Questionable personal grooming, but they're always in a good mood. Great, and just pumping you up before the run. I know. It's like your own little hype crew at the bottom of the lift. Anyways, incredible tangent. All right, we had to cut off part one. Your training rant went a little long, Max. So we just listened to the music.
A little fired up.
We played the AI music, and then we're like, "Oh, we got to go get our kids at school." So this is part
kids
two
are gonna be
now.
There. Where's my dad?
Yeah. Part two. Now we got to actually read the emails and do the flight advice. This is a couple days later. We have more perspective. More time to really contemplate all the listeners' questions.
Yeah,
so
that's all I've been thinking about. So
yeah,
luckily
really getting it dialed. I love it. All right. Well, we'll jump right back into it.
Unfortunately, I've not read any of the emails, so
this will be good. Well, that is consistent with how we always do this.
Yeah, that's right.
Wouldn't want to change a working formula, Max. It's just we know how it works. You are now in a hotel room with very questionable Wi-Fi, so we'll keep our fingers crossed. Per usual, owning the overnight. Maybe we'll talk about that during the wrap up here, but let's jump right into that mailbag. An incredible rap by Reggie to thank our sponsors, the Advanced Air Crew Academy. On to email number one. It says, "Hey guys, I'm a huge fan of the show. I've been listening for a long time and just checked out the layover guides after the last episode. I'm currently a fractional captain based in Portsmouth, New Hampshire. And I put together a layover guide for my home base. It's not the most common overnight, but it's a great spot for a tech stop across the pond or a common summer destination. Really enjoy what you're doing with the show, and I hope my schedule lines up for the next AZBAA pilot networking event." And that's from Ben. That's a long commute, Ben, from Portsmouth out for the AZBA event, but totally into it.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Is that a CAA location?
Let's
For a
look
tech
that up
stop?
here as we go. It's funny because I went in there a few times. Have you ever been there? PSM?
No, I don't think I have.
It's a great spot. But they call it, I think it was an Air Force Base. I'm looking it up right now. But it was called like Pease Air Force Base, I think, or something like that. Yeah, Pease. Yeah, PEASE. And I'll never forget, I was shooting an approach in there in the Beach Jet in like down to minimums in the fog there with our boy Kenny in the right seat, and the old guy I used to fly for, Craig, right, sitting in the back, and we're all pilots. And so I remember like shooting this approach, or getting ready to shoot this approach, and the controller goes, direct Pease. I'm like, what? Or you're cleared to Pease. And I'm like, I have no idea what Pease is. I'm like, we're going to Portsmouth, but I learned that day that Pease is the name of the field.
Old school.
There. Yeah. So, and doesn't look like there's a CAA participation there, but that's okay because you have a layover guide, so it's almost the same thing. So, anyways, Ben put together a layover guide, and I made it. It's already up on the website. Boom. Turn time.
Look at you.
I redid the whole website, so now it's like this database, and all you got to do is like enter it in, and then it like creates all the pages and stuff. So took a long time to figure out how to do that.
Little assistance from Reggie.
A lot of Reggie assistance on that one, but once we got it in, so now it's like if you send me a layover guide for a city, like we can create it in like 30 minutes. So it's much easier than.
But how do we just send like a like if it's like a restaurant? Like I was in Dallas and there's this Japanese restaurant that I'd like to add to the layover guide. How do I go about doing that?
For right now, it's just info@215podcast.com. But I'm going to create a form. I think we'll have to create a form for each one where basically you can just like put a suggestion down and then boom.
Yeah.
And then I'll submit it. So we'll get there. But
really streamlining this.
We're streamlining it. And of course, the whole key to this, remember, is the website's nice, but the really nice thing is the Google Maps link, right? So we create a custom list for it. There's one click on the website. Boom. It goes into your Google Maps. You save that. And then anytime you're in that city, there's just a little blue dot that shows up where people recommend. So it makes it super easy. But anyways, shout out to Ben. Thank you. All right. Next email, Max.
All right. Dylan Max, great show this week. I have 2 sayings throughout my 50 or so year career. You can't move forward looking in your rearview mirror, and looking at the other's plate is a waste of energy. I had what I think a great career. Luck played a big part, networking another, and finally, hard work. Keep up the great work. From Rick.
Good perspective from Rick.
Truer things have not been said.
Yeah.
That is good.
That's very good. We still got to have Rick on the show one of these days. He ran a big flight department in the Midwest and has a lot of wisdom to pass along. So, Rick, I'm going to hit you up soon to you share your wisdom with us. Now that you're in retirement and you have time, join us. So, all right. Next email says, "What up, fellas? Started listening to the podcast a few months ago and just made it through every episode. Would definitely have left a review by now if Spotify had an option for it. Flight advice? ? I'm currently flying Part 135 in Learjets, and I'm in the process of upgrading to captain. Eventually would like to end up at a major airline, and I'm trying to set myself up for success. My question is, how much PIC time is competitive? My schedule is on call with 1 hour call out, and I'm flying about 900 hours a year, give or take. The quality of life at the regional sounds a lot better than where I'm at, so I'd like to switch over there once I have a competitive time. What do you guys think? Age 28, married, have a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old, willing to move anywhere, 1,600 total time, 1,200 multi-turbine, fly almost exclusively international, located in Florida.
Bro.
900 hours a year.
Look at those stats. 28, 4-year-old, 2-year-old, 1,600 total time, Captain Learjet, 900 hours a year. That's just.
I mean, if you can, my first take is if you
1 hour
can
call out. I forgot about that part. 1 hour call out.
How? Wow. I don't know how this is all possible. My first take is I would not leave until you get 1,000 hours turbine PIC.
1,200. Oh, multi-turbine. Got it.
Yeah.
So he
I would
can't
get
have
1,000
Yeah, how
turbine
much turbine
PIC.
PIC?
And that's only going to take you a year. I really would not leave for a regional until you knock out that 1,000 turbine PIC. And
His wife is just cursing your name right now.
Yeah.
She's like, what?
International.
What did that idiot Dylan say?
Yeah.
1 hour call out.
If your family can sustain another year of this, I would not leave. Right? I mean, if you've got that would be the way. And then again,
I guess, but dude, he's 28. Like if this job is ruining your life, like that's
he doesn't say that it
number
is. Nowhere in the emails does he say.
Well, hold on, Dylan. Let me just go through this one more time with you. 900 hours a year, 1 hour call out, 28, married, 4-year-old, 2-year. You know what? Get Reggie on the line here. Let's.
Wow.
If you can't process these numbers, we might need a little AI assistance. But yeah, I mean,
the quality of life
from a numbers standpoint, yes, you stay where you're at, grind it out in the Lear 135 international, almost exclusively in Florida. Where do you think he's going? It's not Canada. Let me tell you, it's not Canada.
Not a lot of Oslo, not a lot of Finland trips.
Yeah, bro is heading south,
Scandinavia
to southwest. A lot of Q routes.
Yeah.
Well, not even the Q routes. He's going.
What kind of Learjet do you think it is?
Is it 135?
Of course. Part 135 Learjet, South Florida, 900 hours a year.
This sounds like what Roger Reeves is doing in retirement.
Wow. This is the meat grinder. Look,
Yeah,
I mean, if you're going to stick it out, if you can stick it out for a year, we've said this before. This is where I call James. I craft a strategy so that while I'm grinding this 1,000 hours out as PIC, I have a very specific strategy.
How is he supposed to make an appointment with James? He's got a 1 hour call out.
I don't know.
How do you even go to the dentist?
I don't know. Well, it's got to be a rotating schedule, right?
My schedule is on call with a 1 hour call out.
Yeah, but there's probably some days off. There has to be some part 135.
Yeah, that's it. Do you have a memory? Like, do you remember back in the day? There's no schedule. Scheduled what? Scheduled day offs. There's scheduled training. Hopefully he can get a medical. But yeah, I know. I'm being facetious, but
I know.
Or maybe I'm not. But either way,
I think,
yeah, stick it out. Get the 1,000 turbine. But if your wife's going to leave you with your 4-year-old and 2-year-old, then
bail.
Then go for the quality of life.
Yeah, but my point is, if you're going to stick it out, try and have really do need to craft a strategy so that you can make the jump straight to the airline, straight to a major. Like, you need a strategy in place to be like networking with the right people and preparing to go to the right job fairs. And like, if you want to make the jump and skip the regionals altogether, like you really need to have a real strategy in place to do that. And it is possible, but you need to talk to James and figure out the right way to do it, because I'm sure that another year of that is going to take a lot out of you. So you better have a really good goal in mind. That's my advice.
Yeah, but you're pretty far ahead of the. I mean, you're
in
total,
the optimal position.
Yeah, he's in good shape. Like,
you're in really good shape, and I'm going to guess that you're probably going to have a couple good stories to tell in the interview. Just going to go out on a limb and guess.
Dude, I know.
It's not going to be a problem. All right, that's a quick free.
I have so many more questions about
900 hours a year. So
South Florida. International exclusively.
I mean, how could it be tolerable? I'm trying to think if you're like, well, I'm just thinking if it's long legs, if you're like, boom, what could that be?
What do you mean?
3 days. I'm just thinking like if you fly to Bogota and back like 4 times, I don't know. I'm just trying to
I know this.
Imagine how 900 hours is
he just says it so nonchalantly.
Yeah, it's just a quick 900.
Just a 1 hour call out, 900 hours a year. No big deal.
But I mean, if he's like flying down to Chile and back, if it's long way, just like a little casual tech stop.
Like I said, so many more questions.
Yeah. All right. Next
Ty,
email.
Please email us and just elaborate a little bit on this situation here.
Unreal. Meanwhile, while we're saying this, some listener is listening to that right now and being like, dude, I would kill for that job right now.
900. Did he just say 900 hours a year?
Bro, dude, 1,600 total time and 1,200 multi-turbine? Like, what?
That's amazing.
Well, listen.
What's the most you think you've flown in a year?
Me?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe 600?
Yeah. I don't even know if I've hit 500
in
a year before. Maybe 600. Maybe.
Yeah.
I feel like we got this email already, but I'm going to read it again.
We have, for sure.
Dear 215 Podcast, my name is Ethan Lynn. I'm a 14-year-old, and I am an aircraft dealer in the state of California. My dealership business is the Echolot California. I sell an aircraft brand called Echolot. Echolots are sport LSAs, so special light sport made at the factory in Poland. I was wondering if I could join your podcast to talk about the Echolot, and specifically the one they sell, the Echolot Topaz. Thanks for your help, Ethan. Ethan, I feel like the appropriate venue for this is next time you're bringing an airplane through Arizona, let us know, and we would love to come check it out, and we'll get a little video content. How about that?
Dylan, always seeking flight time. Look at you.
Yeah. I'm trying to break my 600 hours in a year. Next time you're delivering a plane or having someone deliver a plane or something, let us know.
Let me just go through the numbers of this real quick. 14 years old.
Yeah, exactly.
Selling.
How many kids at home do you have, Ethan?
Yeah. What's your call out, Ethan?
Yeah. When I get a hot deal,
That's awesome, 14 years old, dude.
It's unbelievable.
Airplanes.
Yeah.
What planet are we on right now?
Unbelievable.
Starting to make me feel lazy.
Starter, and these guys are getting starter. It is cool because I feel like we read this email before, and we looked into the plane. It's pretty sharp looking. It kind of looks like a little Technam, high wing, very sleek.
What engine is that? Rotax?
Looking into that right now. Strutless high wing.
Ooh, like a Cessna Cardinal.
Yeah, it does. It looks like a Cardinal.
A little mini Cardinal.
Mm-hmm.
High performing.
It looks like a Rotax 912. Speaking of
how much is it? That's what I want to know.
Ethan, is there a discount? Well, you have some options. You can go 912 UL, ULS, or the IS.
No 914?
Doesn't look like a 914 is an option, but it's quick. These are all in kilometers an hour, which is making it a little
kilometers an hour. Is the airspeed indicator in kilometers an hour?
I don't know. A lot of metric.
They might get
the landing's only 100 meters.
ICAO, how we do things.
Yeah, we got to look into that. But that's cool looking machine. Let us know next time you're in Arizona, Ethan. We will definitely come get some video content with you. Check that thing out.
Hey guys, just wanted to say thanks for the great episode 185, late bloomer pilot, fractional, regional, or waited out. I really connected with the pilot you featured who is trying to get hired at 40. I'm in a similar spot, 41 years old, 1,800 total, and a mix of fixed wing and rotary turbine time as a Marine Corps pilot. Like him, I know networking is key, but for me, getting back in the cockpit consistently is crucial. My biggest gap right now is recency. Though I'm current and holding ATP, I've logged under 100 hours since 2021 due to a series of staff assignments. Where I differ from your last guest is why those gaps exist and the fact I'm not currently in a flying job. Early in my career, several mishaps hit close to home, none involving me directly, but each taking close friends and mentors. The first happened in flight school, then another in 2009 when a C-130 and Cobra collided off the California coast. I was reassigned to fill the slot of one of the aircrew lost. In 2012, tragedy struck again when a Cobra and Huey collided, killing many of my closest friends, mentors, and instructors. I was part of the initial recovery team only weeks after my first child was born. Those events deeply affected me and led me to take my first staff tour, a step away from flying. That decision started a chain reaction, going from jobs that put me in and out of the cockpit. After 4.5 years, I finally returned as a T6B instructor and later flew the AH-1 Zulu. In 2021, I had a choice between another flying billet or a staff job. Taking the flying job would keep me in the cockpit, but taking the staff job would assure that I have the opportunity to fly during my last assignment before retirement. I opted to take the job that would assure I got back into the cockpit just prior to retirement. However, little did I realize that the Marine Corps had recently changed their policies, and any flying job I took for my final move in 2024 would require me to stay in the Marine Corps for an extra year minimum. The advice at the time, just before the slowdown in hiring,
was to retire sooner, so I took the staff path. Then, of course, the hiring slowdown hit. Now I'm 8 months from separation, working hard to get traction with the airlines, but making minimal progress. I'm about to attend my 5th conference of the year, heading to RTAG. My question is really about how to present this to recruiters. Sometimes I feel like my story is complicated, full of meaningful detours and context, and I'm not sure how much of it to proactively explain versus saving for follow-up questions. Specifically, thinking of the reasons for several large gaps in flying. I didn't leave the cockpit due to performance issues or checkout failures. It was my own decisions at the time, made with the information I had in hand, shaped by some hard experiences and the career realities of military service. I love your thoughts on how you might approach the story in my situation. Fly safe, from Mike. God, these questions keep getting harder. Like, I mean, I always feel like honesty is the best policy, right? And so explaining similar to how you did puts things in a light that's understandable, but I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, it's tough. Like when you put it in the perspective of have you ever even been to an airline job fair, like hiring, recruiting type thing?
No.
It's, a line of 1,000 guys, all in suits, guys and gals, and they're all standing in line. And then you walk up to the recruiter and you have, 40 seconds to talk to these guys. So
what do they do? Like you hand them your resume? Hey.
I mean, it's been a long time since I've done it, but James would be able to explain more. But yeah, you hand him your resume. It's kind of a meet and greet, and it's just one of the boxes you kind of check. So explaining all this that's going to be pretty tough.
I know. I always feel dumb giving advice on this because, like, we would talk to James and he would.
Yeah, I hate to sound like a broken record, but this is another time where you have a story to tell that needs to be crafted correctly. And like you said in your email, it's like you every decision you made was very logical. It's not like there was issues with you flying. And so you just need a strategy and you need a coach to help you craft that strategy. The other thing I would say too, and you probably know all this already, but the Skill Bridge program, right? So that it can help you potentially use some money to get you a job, use money from the military to help you get a job, may help you get some currency back. I also know there's a company called Baker Aviation out there. You probably heard of them. They are
I haven't heard of them.
Baker, they operate they're like a kind of like almost a fractional right now, but I know they have a big Skill Bridge program where they're taking military folks right after they separate and they're putting them in the Citation 10s and Challengers. And it's pretty cool. It's like an employee-owned company, and they exclusively do stuff, I think, like they only do work with other brokers, so they're not retail. It's pretty interesting. I don't know a ton about it, and in fact, I actually reached out to one of their. I'm not sure if it was the owner or the director of ops, but I want to do a show with them because what they're doing is pretty cool. They fly a lot. They fly. I think it's like an 8 and 6 schedule, but they're doing a really. They have a really great program with folks separating out of the military and using Skill Bridge, and I thought it'd be really interesting to kind of learn more because I know we have a lot of listeners that are kind of in that bucket. So if anyone has any hookups at Baker and knows anyone we could talk to, I would really appreciate that. Sort of as a little side tangent, but yeah, I would say SkillBridge would be good to look into. And then also talking to a career coach, we recommend James getting your kind of your pitch.
I would love to hear what James has to say about this.
Yeah. I mean, I think
how do we make that happen?
We could just forward this email to him.
Oh,
I suppose.
Seems simple enough.
Yeah. Well, we can try and call him right now. Do you want me to try and call him?
Yeah, just call him. Just call him real quick.
All right. Let's see if he'll answer.
Sniper Saturday morning call.
All right, why not?
We have a
secret. We have a secret phone number too. He's probably just relaxing.
It's no rest for the weary, James. We're just gonna. I like this though. I don't want him to be able to think about it. I just want him to rapid fire.
You're just putting him right on the spot.
Yeah, just put him right on the spot. He's probably there with a turtleneck on, drinking a cup of coffee. Just has no idea. He better answer.
Yeah, let's see. I can call you back in 20 minutes.
I feel like we're on a morning show.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, it's Dylan.
No, remember that the Howard Stern one where they would do they'd throw, What's
up,
guy?
y'all?
What you gonna say?
Who's on the phone?
You're on the mic with
Android.
Andrew.
I wake up in the morning with the moaning.
Yeah. Looks like no James for us today.
James, what are you doing, bro?
All right. Well, if James calls back during this episode, Mike, we'll
put him right in.
Yep. All right. Last thing. Did you read the last one? You did. It was quite long. I get the super short one. This is from Mark. Mark said, "Gentlemen, I thought you would appreciate this. This is a total game changer." He sent a link to a YouTube app. Have you seen this? A YouTube video. I gotta send this via my phone. This is a dating app for pilots. Did you see this at all? Did anyone send you this video?
No.
There's some pretty funny clips. I don't know if you are interested in playing some audio clips. I mean, it's kind of. Can you hear that?
Yeah.
Have you tried every dating app out there only to find yourself swiping past one idiot after another? Are you tired of selecting a profile only to find they aren't who they said they were?
Hi, I'm Rachel. I'm guessing you're Chad?
There are a lot of dating apps out there, but none of them seem to have what you're looking for. Introducing Pilots Only, a dating app exclusively for pilots. At Pilots Only, we know exactly what it is that you are looking for.
I want a pilot boyfriend that has a big watch. My last boyfriend had a huge watch.
At Pilots Only, we have a proprietary system for connecting you with a pilot based on our 27-point matching system. We take things into consideration like your type ratings,
I've got a huge
number of
watch on right now.
hours, track up versus north up, high wing or low wing, lean of peak or rich of peak. We take these data points along with several others to match you with your perfect co-pilot. At Pilots Only, we know exactly what it is that you want.
I want a man that says he's going flying for an hour, but shows up 6 hours later rambling on and on about headwinds and bad weather. I just want a man that will completely ignore me anytime a plane flies over. We have to get groceries. We have to pick up the kids. The dishes need to be done. The car needs to be washed. He heard none of that. I can't seem to find a boyfriend. One day the right man will come along. Where did you meet Brad? We met on a dating app called Pilots Only.
At Pilots Only, we have more success stories than any other aviation-themed dating app.
I matched with the captain on the app. Sadly, he left me for another pilot, but he said she had more hours and his decision was seniority-based, and I can't really fault him for that.
One thing Pilots Only has that no other pilot dating app has is our no Cirrus pilot policy. Our proprietary algorithm scans aircraft registration, the FAA website, and all social media sites to ensure no Cirrus pilots make it onto the app. You will only find what you are looking for at Pilots Only. With all of the other aviation-specific dating apps, you never know what you are going to get.
I tried some other aviation-specific dating apps. None of them worked out. One even matched me with a high-wing pilot who flew track up. Ugh, gross.
Matched with a woman on a different pilot dating app. She said she had a Cherokee. She showed up in a dang Jeep. We fooled around a bit, but then I sent her packing. I'm a pilot, and I'm going to make sure the flight crew knows it in case there are any issues. My 60 hours in a Cessna just might save your life.
There are old pilots and there are bold pilots, but you know what there's not?
Sign up now, and we will throw in our no crappy radio transmission pilot guarantee. That's right. We promise you will not end up with a pilot that says, with you, or any pattern in the traffic, please advise. You won't be turning left final or making a last call with any of the pilots that pass our onboarding system, designed to filter out these pilots and anyone that says fish finder.
I got him on the fish finder. I got him on the fish finder. Hey, y'all, can you believe this? I can see all the dang planes on my fish finder.
Yes, that is exactly what we all imagine when we hear you say that. At Pilots Only, every profile is pre-screened to ensure only the best matches are made. Jessica is 27 and has 200 hours total time. She will split fuel and bring snacks. 32-year-old Chad loves long walks down the jet bridge. Kyle, 24, likes to meow on guard.
Meow. Here, kitty, kitty.
Stephanie, 29, isn't good at math and believes there are really cats flying airplanes. Pilots only guarantees your future partner will have at least one oversized watch, own Ray-Bans they wear indoors, and probably smell faintly of Jet A and hotel coffee all the time.
All right. Well, this is a 6-minute video. So there's the teaser there. There's the first half.
That's more than a teaser.
Yeah.
The no Cirrus Pilot guarantee is the best.
That was the best part. I'll have a link at the show notes.
Which
for
is
the,
unfortunate because I feel like
video.
Cirrus pilots are probably some of the wealthiest pilots, So
yeah, you might want to rethink that.
Demographic.
I don't know.
I mean, I get it. But
yeah. Yeah, to think that. Maybe it's an optional filter. But
does that
it
include
was
the
really
Vision
good.
Jet? Who knows?
See, yeah, that's another. You'd have to really weigh the pros and cons there.
Yeah.
Mark, thank you for sending that in. That is just a spectacular video. It's all, I mean, all of the videos are like AI generated. So then it's actual like people talking you can't see, and obviously in the audio, but yeah, it's pretty good. So, yeah, I think that's going to do it for the mailbag, Max. I don't know how you top that. It's a good way to close it out. If you want to be part of the conversation, just shoot us an email, info@215podcast.com. We'll be happy to read your submission on the air. And if you got any layover guide suggestions, we'd love to get those as well.
1 hour call out. I just can't. I can't move past that.
We're gonna have an emergency.
How do you do that? Like what?
Ty, we've got
Ty is just constantly like you see him. He's in the mall. He's just pulling his rollerboard just in case for the quick reaction time.
I mean, I guess your uniform.
He definitely has to wear a cell phone in like a holster just to quickly be able to draw it and call Uber.
That's when it's acceptable. Yeah.
1 hour. Ty, put your son down.
Yeah.
We need you to go to Bogota.
Actually, Ty's wife. I actually be curious to hear from her.
How do you even like do APIT? Like one, like primary, exclusively international.
Well, I'm wondering. He doesn't say medevac in the email, but I'm wondering if it's medevac.
How do you even get the cut? Like,
because I'm guessing there's some.
He always has to carry his passport around.
Don't you?
Like, think an hour? Like, what? How do you? I mean, he has to be prepared to proceed directly to the airport at all times. Dentist, rollerboard in the trunk, passport in his pocket. You want to go to Costco? You better hope the lines aren't very long because you could get called. You got to go, bro. Like,
can you go to a sit-down restaurant?
Medellin, now. Like,
Medellin.
Can we interview him next? I just want. I think I need a whole episode for Ty and his Learjet, the 1 hour call out, primarily international, 900 hours a year, 28. 4-year-old, 2-year-old, 1,600 total.
It's amazing. Maybe
this is going to occupy. This is my whole day right now.
You're just going to contemplate
I'm going to be thinking
that
about
reality.
Ty. And it's in the morning. I'm going to be thinking about Ty all day.
All day, Ty. This is great.
Like I'm going to be I'm on a trip. We're going to go to Lifetime at the gym, and I'm just be thinking like, what if I was Ty? Like I'd have to have. I'd be packed. I'd have to have my shirt like iron on a hanger in the car, passport in my pocket, like just you could be going anywhere in South America right in an hour. Wheels up, 1 hour. Peru, Venezuela, even who knows?
Yep. Anything's on the table at this
see
point.
A boat getting blown up in 2 hours from right now. Right now,
it's possible. Tech stop, Guayaquil. On your way down. Jeez.
Wheels up in 1 hour, Ty.
Oh.
We got a hot charter. We got to pick up empty leg to Lima. And
hot charter.
You got to pick up.
Make sure and grab some champagne for the
Mr. Sanchez needs pick up in Lima. You need to be wheels up in 1 hour. Let's go.
Wow.
28. Put your 4-year-old down, Ty. Get to the airport.
And my advice is stay there.
Like, how close does he live to the airport? That's the other thing. What if it's like 30 minutes of drive time?
Well, there's still some. What's an hour call out mean? Does that mean you need to arrive at the airport in an hour, right? And then you have time to pre-flight and get, or is it wheels up?
This is 1:35. There's no like contractual, like, there's no showtime and let's go.
It's one of those. Have you ever flown with anyone that where they just want to put only like the departure and the first fix in the box and then get airborne and then load the rest of the
Ty's
flight?
doing. We gotta go. Just get the departure in there. We'll figure the rest out. We don't have time to brief. Let's go. Mr. Sanchez is on his way to the airport in Lima.
Go. We'll worry about customs in the air. Wow.
We will get APIS filed before the outbound fix. It's that you don't even have that in the box yet. Let's just go. Let's go. It's already fueled. There's no time. You don't shower.
Just top it
go.
off.
Just put the dumbbells down, get in the car, and drive to the airport. We gotta go. You've already wasted 2 minutes of your 1 hour call out. That's 2%. Just on this phone call. We gotta go.
Yeah, I guess you get a text, right? It's just
like,
go.
What if you're in a movie?
Put the movie down.
What if you just ordered? What if you just ordered lunch?
That's what I'm saying. Like, do you have to have a You're just like always at a Chipotle, like a bar, you know, like that
there's
type
no
of
sit-down
service
restaurant. Like
yeah,
the guy can't even. You can't make a reservation. Like, we got to go. Like, you got to be in Panama.
Man, I hope you're on some type of rotation, Ty. I hope there's, some type of hard days off.
What if it's like?
there.
What if he has to go to Uruguay? Like, that's far.
What's the Vargas range of the classic Lears? Like the 55, 35?
Dude, I
Doesn't
don't
the
know.
35 go? I feel like that airplane can go to Hawaii. I know one of the old
I think
Learjets
that was
can do
always
Hawaii.
the famous airplane. You could get to Hawaii,
Yeah,
but you would have a wet footprint.
that's fine.
There was a. Who cares? You got to be at the airport in an hour. Like, we don't
even
have time to drift down. There's no plan. We're just go. Let's go. Like, file that while you're driving. Get on 4-flight. Get to the airport.
The good news is you'll have the latest avionics available at your disposal for these for that 900 hours.
We've got a Cordoba, Argentina pickup. We gotta go. There's no dessert. Get the check. Do you think like when like, does he and his wife have to take separate cars to everything?
Everything. Maybe he just has a
the
motorcycle.
uniform shirt hung up permanently in the back seat, and his and his backpack. He's like, "All right, I'll meet you at Chili's."
He's probably got a motorcycle. That'd be a good. I guess you couldn't carry
Crotch
your
rocket.
suitcase. Yeah,
I gotta go.
Sidecar. They're driving to church, and then he just peels off.
But then he's got to bring the rollerboard with him everywhere he goes because he can't risk it getting stolen on the back of the truck.
No, it's a sidecar. I'm thinking sidecar.
Even still, he's got a bike lock on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just
God, you just buy groceries. You're driving home with this.
Hopefully, he gets one of those
carload full-
Paradox suitcases. Got the locking, the combo on there.
Man,
aluminum
Road warrior.
You know.
Whew. All right. Well, thanks for writing in, Ty. Shoot us a follow up.
Sorry about the advice, but my head is still spinning about this 1 hour.
Yeah.
900. Like, how many times a week is he getting called out? That's what I mean. It's like
we need to sit down with pen and paper. And what would be the best case scenario for 900 hours?
Like
it's just got to be
I need
super
to know,
long
Todd,
legs.
We need to add some more things in flight advice now, like a distance from the airport.
Yeah.
Last dental cleaning.
Is there an EFIS installed in your airplane?
Get a medical?
Yeah. More questions than answers.
900 hours, 28, 4-year-old and 2. These numbers. Yeah, we're gonna have
to get it out.
We're gonna have to
your
get
system?
a whole episode. Yeah.
All right, Ty. We're gonna Ty right in. We'll give Max.
This is all day. This is
I'm gonna
welcome to my mind. This is.
I'm going to connect you with Max's personal phone number so you guys can get to the bottom of this. All right.
We can never interview him because he can't make, we wouldn't be able to schedule it.
It's like 7 chunks. We get like 6 minutes each time.
Oh, I got to go. Starts his crotch rocket.
My phone doesn't work in Paraguay, guys, but I'll give you
I don't have the Paraguay, the Ecuador plan.
All right.
I'm
we
on
gotta
my
move
way
on.
to keto. I gotta
Yeah.
go.
All right. We gotta go here. I gotta wrap this up here. So we need to get to flight advice.
Where you gotta go? We gotta talk.
That's right. We got a baseball game here in a little bit here. We get to undefeated Diamondbacks here.
Oh boy,
big match. All right, on to flight advice. Of course, flight advice is brought to you by our friends at Harvey Watt. If you visit harveywatt.com, you can see all of the offerings that they have for professional pilots. Lots of medical insurance, life insurance. I'm a proud subscriber and happy customer of their products. Harvey Watt is servicing over 75,000 professional pilots around the globe. Even if you're an airline pilot and your union contract covers it, your loss of medical, there are still gaps in that coverage. I guarantee it. Contact harveywatt.com to make sure your family is fully protected. All right, on to flight advice.
Hold on. Back to the numbers here. Because then we have Ethan, who's the Callout sales guy. And you're like, oh, next time you're coming through Arizona, he's 14. He can't even hold a pilot certificate.
Yeah, but I'm guessing he's got like
who's doing the demo flights?
I'm assuming it's a parent or guardian. I think there's a little bit more to the story than. Yeah, your CFI could be your guardian. I don't know how that works.
He's in middle school.
Probably
he's not traveling. Like, what are you talking about? He's got class.
I don't know. Maybe he's in homeschool.
We might need to do an episode on this too, because
Yeah.
there's a lot more questions swirling around my head about this.
Yeah, it's the mailbag.
My
you never
mind's
know
blowing
what's
up.
coming in the mailbag. Yeah.
This has been something else.
Yeah. What a day. All right. On to flight advice. This one's good. I like this.
There's
this
more?
person
I
is
thought we were
out there grinding. No, we haven't even done
Let's
flight
go. Dude,
advice yet. Yeah, I know.
I can't even. Who knows what's next? Let's go.
Yeah. Here we go. Hey, Max
Keto.
and Dylan. I have listened to your podcast for a while now and listened to it at least once a day. Wow.
That's
Informative,
aggressive.
relevant, and funny content for pilots is refreshing. A little bit about me. I'm 24-year-old CFII from the Midwest. My wife is a CFII as well. I have my bachelor's degree from Indiana State University with a triple major in professional aviation, flight technology, aviation management, and unmanned systems. After college, we got married and started flight instructing for the university. We got an opportunity to flight instruct and do Part 135 cargo in Alaska, flying salmon boxes to and from Anchorage. Turns out it was the worst salmon season in 10 years and not a single salmon box flew through our company. So we primarily did instruction when the weather would allow it. We stayed for 3 months and moved back to Indiana with a CJO to come back. Unfortunately, that didn't work out as this was fall of 2024 and the market essentially slowed to a halt for flight schools. Our flight school hired 8 CFIs a week before we drove home from Alaska. We searched for jobs for 3 months, and we were turned away from Part 121, 135, 91 flight departments for not being competitive enough. We also turned away from flight schools because the flight school staff were under the false impression the airlines were hiring people like us. They didn't want to make an investment training us when we would leave in 3 months. This obviously didn't happen. My wife got a job as a crew scheduler for a regional airline in Indianapolis, and I got a job as a ramp agent for a regional airline in Indy. After 7 months, we couldn't take it anymore and finally got a phone call from our old employer to come back to instruct part-time at Indiana State. And catch my breath here. I also got a job as a line technician, making guaranteed money and networking with local tenants and weary travelers who come in. To pass the time, I give free ground instruction to my coworkers who are all working on their own careers. It helps them and helps my proficiency. I have just over 1,000 total time, 26 multi. Of those multi hours, I have 4 dual received in a King Air 250. All of the other requirements to go to the regionals under the RATP are met. I do not have my MEI as I have one check ride failure from 2019 after overshooting a short field landing. This is the only thing on my PRD. No accidents, incidents, violations, or arrests, and have never been pulled over. I hired Raven Careers and seem to be in a decent position to take advantage of an opportunity if it comes up. My ultimate goal is a regional with decent commute from Indiana. My end goal is Delta. I come from a broken home with a single mom and 2 other siblings. I'm used to working hard and humble beginnings. I got through a bachelor's degree studying the majors, working 2 part-time jobs while flight training through COVID-19 to get where I am with no debt. I'll be honest, I don't know how the good Lord did it, but he did. I can't explain it other than that. I'm not saying I'm entitled to a job. I just want to know if I did anything wrong. What can I do to put myself in a better position. I'm looking for multi-engine time, potentially my MEI. However, Part 191 and 135 companies either aren't reaching out to me, or the ones that are either illegal or pipeline that have a contract. I don't want to miss the next hiring wave on the horizon for not doing enough. I love your guys' podcast and would like some advice for people in my position. Part 141 are ATP CFIs who have met the minimums to go to the regional airlines, but do not have a partnership with a regional carrier and have too many hours to apply for cadet programs. What would you do in my situation? Keep the blue side up. I'll let you know when I catch the school bus.
Well, this is a classic situation in aviation we call bad luck.
Bad timing.
And yeah, well, that's the same thing though. It's all the problem with this career that a lot of people forget is that it's a lot of timing and luck.
Yep.
That, which go hand in hand in this business. And he feels like he's like maybe not doing something right when in reality, I mean, the dude's ready to pick up and move to Alaska to go get some good flight time. And, unfortunately the salmon season sucked that year. Like you can't even make that up. Like that's but the thing, the important thing when you're in this position is to keep flying. Like do whatever you can to continue to fly. Like your wife is now at the regional flying the desk, and as a crew scheduler or whatever, but like she needs to keep flying. And if that's a part-time situation, like you mentioned, like that, it doesn't matter. Like keep flying. That's it. Like the point, the idea, is to continue to fly. Like don't stop flying and do whatever you can. And that's it. Your time will come and things will change and you will continue to get flight time and you will get the call and all of that. And I know it's hard, when we see, in everyone's mind is the 25-year-old that's, at the major and on the, 7.6 or 777 or whatever like that. That was a freak thing. Like that was, again, those people benefited from some great timing. Like, and you were benefiting from some not so great timing. But, I think the advice is to fly, be patient. How old is this dude? 24?
24.
Yeah. We're fine. Everything's fine. Got 3 degrees. Seems he's not lazy. That's for sure. So I don't think he's just, hanging out and like, it's not a, get up your ass and get to work situation. Like, let's keep grinding, bro.
Yeah. You are doing everything you can. I mean, you even mentioned that you've got, you've hired Raven Careers to help you out. This is just classic timing. And I admire the work ethic. And I'll tell you what, the stuff that you're going through right now, the tenacity that you're building, the stick-to-itiveness that you are working through and displaying is going to be an asset for you later on. You're going to be able to lean on that. And you're going to be able to show employers that, like, look, I love this. This is my passion. And I did this through thick and thin. And I know it sucks to go through it right now, but you're going to look back on this time and it's going to be of a benefit to you. It's going to be an asset later on. I guarantee that. And look, you, like Max said, you just keep flying, whatever you can do, even if it's just an hour a week or, an hour a month, whatever. Your time will come. We think that James says that the industry is starting to move. We can start to see that. I think in the next 12 months, we're going to see a lot of activity. And the best thing you can do is just be ready when the time is right, because when things start rolling again, I think you've got a great story to share, and somebody is definitely going to give you a job. And he does also bring up an interesting thing here, right? Because he has all the qualifications to meet the restricted ATP stuff, whereas he might be able to get a job, but he'd have to sign a contract to do it, like a pipeline patrol job or something where it's like, that's an interesting balance there, because I could definitely see what you're saying about, like, hate to sign a contract and then all of a sudden the regionals are like, yeah, come on down,
It's a gamble.
It's a little bit of a gamble. So I feel like if you're able to keep putting hours in your logbook doing what you're doing now, and then you give yourself a little bit more flexibility, I would probably lean towards that.
Truth.
Right. Yeah. think that is it. Hey,
It's,
and my hat's off
we got
to
to
you.
wrap this up.
You're grinding.
Vacation
You are
trading
grinding.
opens in 2 minutes for me, so I really got to wrap this up. This is
All
a big
right.
deal.
That is going to do it for this episode of the 21.5 show. Thanks to all of the sponsors who make this show possible: Various Jet Sales, the Air Comp Calculator, Timothy P. Pope, Advanced Air Crew Academy, Harvey Watt, and James at Raven. Oh, and of course, our friends at ProPilotWorld.com. If you want to get in touch, it's info@215podcast.com. We'll be back with another episode next week. Until then, remember,
flexibility is the key to air power. We'll see you next time.
And it's the key, flexibility is the key to vacation trading here in 1 minute.
Having a 1 hour call out, for sure. Not over it.
Not over it.
Sorry, I'm just not
Send
over
us
it
an
yet.
email, Ty.
Yeah. Yo, Max back from training, man, he's losing his mind. Flight staff had got him waiting, wasting all this time. 3 days, 3 sims, 3 brand new dudes. One pushed the wrong button, now we breaking all the rules. Talking Togo on the 7-3, stalling at the gate. Instructor reading slides while the clock runs late. He said, I paid 35 grand, I ain't no test prop. Just load the sim right, son, and let the beat drop. Now Ty out here wildin', 1 hour call out life. 2 kids at the crib, stress cut like a knife. Passport in his pocket, roller bag in the trunk. Getting Bogota, Texas while he's pumping that Dunkin'. 900 hours, no rest, no plan. Learjet life, international man. You think this crazy? Nah, we call that thrive. Welcome to the cockpit, baby, 21.5. It's the frequency, pilots tune in and vibe. Pilot 21.5, where the pros come alive. Checklist, jet, fuel, and stories that fly. It's the cockpit crew. Now let's take it sky high.
The statements made in this show are our own opinions and do not reflect, nor were they under any direction from any of our employers.